Yeah. How about you, Anne? Any different in culture? Something that made you say, "Wow, I'm not
Yeah.
used to that." I mean, like,
Yeah, it's, first came here, we need to live with a host family. So they give you your own key. It's kind of strange for me because in my country, 20 years old daughter, you can't get your own key and come to the house whenever you want. No, you can't.
so you mean you have to be a certain time at home
Yeah.
back in Haiti?
Yeah, in my I used to come home like 8 is the last time.
8 p.m.
Yes.
Wow.
But here, oh,
So here you can stay till midnight. Huh?
only you need to call.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I would say for one big thing like is the snow.
Oh, okay.
First time ever I see snow.
And what did you do?
Oh, I was so happy to see the snow, because I was sleeping and then I woke up in the morning and when I look up in the window, I see white. I said, what's going on? And then when I get my head, I see the snow. I say, oh, that's amazing. But when I get outside, it's too cold,
Did you play with the snow?
A little bit.
A little bit. That's good. How about you?
I like to see it, but I don't like when I go out to put too much thing. You need to have a coat, jacket.
It's too cold.
Yeah.
It's cold. Yeah.
I like it when it's falling, but I like it, so I like it.
That's good. That's good. One more question, as a matter of fact. Are you involved with any student organizations at Scott Community College?
Yeah, we got Club International. So we got students from different country. So we are 20 students from 7 countries. So we got students from Vietnam, we got students from Africa, United States, Canada. So we got this club where we meet every Monday, organize some cultural thing. But by the way, I am the president. That's
Wow, that's good. So you are the president
Yeah.
of the International
National
Student Club
Yeah.
at Scott. Okay,
Scott.
so what do you do? Like, give me an idea about one of your activities, for example. What do you do?
What we do is each month, so one of the country, so present our culture. So we cook typical food, we dress, music, everything that they got in this country. So they just share it with everybody, so you know how the habit they have, the food, everything. They just familiar.
That's
with
great.
it.
That is great. You know what? We every year we have our diversity day here at MCC, and we had this, or we started, as a matter of fact, this event around 7 years ago, and the student government put together this event. And I remember at some point we had some of the international students from your college also. They came down and participated in our event, and they danced. Hopefully this year, as a matter of fact, it will be April 21st. So maybe I will talk to your advisor, Susan.
By the way,
I will
we're gonna have our
definitely,
diversity cultural in February 20th.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll have you here at MCC also and participate by either, having a display table, or maybe even if we have you doing some dances, heritage
that would be
dances,
cool.
stuff
That
like
would be
that. So hopefully I will keep that in mind, because we know we just set the date, April 21st will be our diversity day here at MCC. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you are really involved with student activities, because that's the type of people that we usually like to deal with, because when you are active, as you said, you are active back in your country, and you come here and you are active here, introducing your culture and introducing the native country to other students. That's a great learning experience. I mean, that's really a good thing to say. One thing I would like to say, like, if you think of something that you learn here in the United States, whether it's, from your teachers, your supervisor, other students at Scott, maybe your host family. If you learn one thing, what will be that one thing, and would you take that back to your native country?
Of course, of course. But let's say, for me, I learned a lot. I would say English is the first one. English, because when I go back, I will use my English to web translation. Because now I'm still doing that. We got some organization here in the Quad City, so they helping people. So when they send letters from Haiti to them, so we translate those letters. So because of this skill, English, so even we are here, we not get back yet, we still helping. So
And that's great.
that's good.
That
The English
great.
is number one for me.
How about you? Same thing, or would you like to take something back with you? And what I mean, not physical. I mean something that you learn here. Whether like it could be a traditional thing, it could be a cultural thing. I mean, it could be language, as you said.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you have something else?
The first is English. The second is here I live. It's not by myself, but I know now how to live by myself, manage everything, so I can manage people. So I live with, and then myself also.
Good. How about you, Anne?
As they said, English, but I also learned how to live with people who are really different of me. Language, like we live in an apartment, we live with a Spanish also. The culture is different, so it's hard for people to live with somebody else who are very, very different of you. And if you don't know how to deal with culture differences, you will have some trouble. So now I can say I know how to be responsible because I live by myself, and I know how to live with people who have different view of mine. So
That's good. I'm glad to hear that too. Well, now I want to change the topic a little bit and talk a little bit about a very sad event that happened in your native country. As we all know, the Haiti got struck by a very strong earthquake in January 12. And as a result of that, a lot of people died as a result of this earthquake. I'm sure, hearing the news about your family, about your friends, about your city, and so on, and especially a sad news like that. I mean, if I may ask you some questions about that. I mean, how did you take the news? I mean, how did you receive the news? I mean, what did you do when you heard the news? What did you do? First thing, did you grab the phone and try to call your parents to make sure that they are
yes,
fine?
That was the first
What
thing.
did you do?
Yeah,
I mean,
that was the first thing. Try to contact,
yeah.
Okay.
but we could not
You
find
could
anyone.
not. Okay.
Yeah, communication was broken. Now you got some communication a little bit, but not very clear. But now you can talk with somebody. But when we first hear that was the first thing to do. Try to contact your family to know what's going on. It's everybody's okay. That was the first thing to do.
Yeah.
And so far, since January 12th till now, did you hear from your family, your friends? I mean, did they contact you? Did you talk to them, whether maybe through an email or a phone? Or
Yeah.
And are they okay?
A little bit.
Okay.
They're trying to be okay.
They are trying. So do you have some stories to share with us? I mean, I'm sure you heard some stories, right? I was watching the news. As a matter of fact, if I remember right, during the weekend or towards the end of last week, and they were talking about how they pulled someone from under the rubble, and he was still alive. Like, think about it, it's almost 7 weeks after the earthquake. That's really unbelievable thing.
Yeah.
So do you have any stories to share with us? And before the show, I know you mentioned something here about the school in your, I think in your hometown or something like that. Would you mind sharing this with us, please?
Yes, today I was checking my email and a friend of my town write me in elementary school. I went there, so they said the student in the second floor heard a big truck pass in the street. Because of the noise made by this truck, the student jumped down because they think it's
from the building.
Yeah. They think it's another earthquake, so they're trying to save their life.
Wow.
And some of them...
So are you saying like people are living in fear now?
Oh, yeah.
That another massive earthquake might strike again?
Because we have this aftershock like every 30 minutes, like shaking, so people is living in fear now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry to hear that. Any other stories that you would like to share with us that you heard from whether your parents, your family member, friends, like any other stories?
Yeah, we got a lot of stories. For example, I was talking with a friend, and then she was telling me she was with her mother and her father in a church, and then when thanks God she was outside, and then she's standing outside, and then the shaking, and then the church collapsed. So she lost her father. Thanks God her mother stayed one night in the gravel, and then tomorrow they take her out, but she lost her father.
Wow, that's really sad.
That's
sad. Do you, any idea about the statistics? My understanding that as of today, they are talking about almost 230,000 people died from the earthquake and more than 300,000 injuries.
Yeah.
That's really massive. How do you think the country is dealing with something like that? We hear that the Red Cross, the Salvation Army, other organizations are helping, but how are you dealing with this? I'm sure it would be difficult, to hear things like that about your native while you are awake and you cannot really do much.
No.
And my next question is, are you doing anything to maybe talk to organizations, maybe to organize some sort of relief fund or something like that? Can you also share that with us if you do?
Yeah, we did a fundraiser. It was in February 2nd. We collect money for the Red Cross to help Haiti. To do that, we make Haitian food, and we sell some items from Haiti. And during this time, I want to thank all the people that came to this event. And the money that we collected there, it was for the Red Cross. So
that's good.